feature presentation.
Oh, right. God, I keep forgetting to download the game first. Alright, here we are. We're going to be back in Valkyria Chronicles. And going to be starting, I believe it's chapter 2. Only if I can remember the escape cut thing. There we go. It was the enter key. Ah, it was chapter 3, my bad.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession.
What do I call it? Blitzkrieg.
Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess.
The amount of effort it would have taken to construct that palace compared to the size of the buildings next to it. Kinda stupid.
Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country. As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
So it brings up an interesting point. Does that mean they all are classified as combatants? Because then technically, when they, hit Bruhl, it's not really a war crime if they're shooting them all. Which would be concerning for implications.
So these are my new digs.
Thanks, localization.
Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now. Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Maybe not combat, you're kind of missing the shooty bit.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually.
Yeah, I know it's to save like the models and stuff, but like they're walking around base in like their full body armor.
How about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back? It's like a coleopterate exoskeleton.
Yeah, bro, I did.
Beetle-tastic.
Soiled it, Welkin. Soiled it.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle?
Missed by that much.
Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Not helping.
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking. I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Guess you could say.
Absolutely.
Welkin wants to go get that
Hey,
bread.
if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
He wants them buns.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Galleon Militia Enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Galleon Militia Enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now. Ma'am! Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today, but you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgrees. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Yeah, a lot of cutscenes.
Welks! There you are. I've been looking for you.
Hey, Ace. How'd your enlistment go? No problems?
Also, he seemed surprised by Faldio earlier enlisting, despite the fact, didn't they say that they had universal conscription? I mean, you don't exactly have a choice.
I registered as a tank pilot and mechanic. Maintaining and operating the Edelweiss will be my responsibility from now on. I think it's nice that we'll all be on the same squad together.
Well, it's a little bit hard to turn down the person with a tank.
I think so too.
So what are you up to now?
The tank's hangar space is just through here. I was just carrying some Ragnite fuel back. It's used to power the tank, and also for the turret-mounted cannon rounds.
I guess I'm just more used to seeing it in street lamps and medical compounds.
Seems like everything is Ragnite-powered these days. That stuff is everywhere. Not enough of it for some people, though. It's the source of a lot of conflict.
They say the Empire's invading only to get at all the Ragnite in Gallian soil.
Oh, that's right. I had something to give you, Welks.
What's this?
Father's flare gun. It was in the barn, but I thought you might have some use for it.
Another hand-me-down.
I gave it a once-over. It might be old, but it's still serviceable.
But conflicted for how it's used, because the end where the stuff comes out is a lot smaller than the actual
I
chamber
didn't mean... I just
for,
can't
like,
believe
loading
I'm a
the
tank
flare.
operator now.
That's not how guns at all work.
Thank you for this, Ace.
I'll do a spot check on the Edelweiss now, to make sure it's ready to go at any time. Alright, we'll get going for now then. See you later.
I'll cut to the chase. Here's your mission. The Great Vassal Bridge was just taken by the Empire. It's a key strategic position.
The Great Vassal Bridge?
It's a major drawbridge crossing the canal in Vassal, just outside the capital.
I like the thought that they had to cross it to get here, and then he's like, what is that?
That bridge is a part of the central transit artery, leading into Randgrees. Our mission is to take it back.
That makes it sound a lot easier than it is. Yeah, just go take it back. Key strategic point. No way that there's enemies there.
The Empire has been running a blitz, with their shock troops outrunning their defense. Our 3rd Regiment will retake the bridge before defensive reinforcements can arrive.
How quaint. The militia holding a little strategy meeting of its own. How long were you planning on hiding out in here, Verrot?
My apologies, sir. We'll depart soon.
Whatever. They're just country mice. It's not like they'll be much help.
More help, perhaps, than your army unit that couldn't hold the bridge in the first place.
Wrecked.
Hey!
Regardless, Vassal remains a critical position. We'll reclaim it immediately.
Well, all good. See that you do.
Who was that?
General Damon, commander of the Central Forces.
Central Forces? That's the army branch the militia was folded into, right?
That's right. They say the general's an aristocrat. He looks down on the common militia.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Now that the war's begun, we all need to band together and fight to keep Gallia safe. Who cares at this point whether you're in the army or the militia? It's ridiculous.
Gentlemen, let's return to the mission.
I like the kind of just the drop of
We'll begin
class
by
division.
taking up the western bank to gain a foothold for reclaiming the bridge. Lieutenant Gunther, I'm assigning Squad 7 to this mission. It's your first maneuver, so be smart.
Yes, Captain.
The other squads are on patrol. Stay sharp and be ready to help take back the bridge. I'm counting on all of you out there. Now move out.
Once again, hey, first assignment, take this back. Good luck. That's not how this works.
Here are details on the current operation.
Alright, yes, this is the first time we get to deploy our units, and, Also, I like the use of the word behoove here. I can't remember which one I used for which tank. Alright, one of these, reason why I'm looking, okay, it's her. Like, one of these have an anti-tank rifle, and that's not gonna be particularly, actually... Nah. I think I'd rather have scouts. Yeah.
We're prepared to commence the operation. I look forward to good news from you.
Split into 2 teams, offensive and defensive. Squad 7, move out! All right, it's our first mission. Let's split into 2 teams, City and
Awesome.
Riverside.
Once again, it's our first mission, so let's split everyone up.
I'll lead the Riverside team towards the enemy encampment with the Edelweiss.
Shock Trooper here. Leave the offense to me.
No, you're Rosie.
City team, your job is to guard the base. Be ready for anything, including tanks.
How long you think I've been an anti-tank man? Couple of tanks ain't no sweat.
That's the spirit, Largo. Now, let's move out! Here we go! Alicia, I'm fighting for us. Now!
It's like I said before, right now it's a little bit unfair.
Try to act as soon as you spot a target.
Beat Empire! Nobody beats Hayes!
So what we're gonna do is just launch a full-on attack.
Dying time!
Because there's nothing they can do to stop us.
Target fired.
Enemy found!
Head to the next one.
Okay, with the scout, I prefer not to stand in his way.
I got it!
Alright, ED detachment, show me your stuff.
That's not. I can't. No! Get ready!
Nice work! Keep taking them down!
And you always want to try to position your troops in a good position for combating the enemy's turn. Make it where they're not immediately going to get shot either.
Rest easy. Come on.
Actually, what we're going to do is just set them up right here. And now I should be using that sandbag cover, but right now it really doesn't matter.
Just, leave it to me. Oopsie, I dropped my bullets.
Actually, I think I have enough range that I can walk over there, shoot at the scout, and walk back.
Please hit, okay?
down. Everybody be careful.
And so this is the first map that really has like the bases on them. So as long as you have a singular unit on the base, even if it's just like a foot or something, it's still technically they have to get removed, either like blown off the point by like a grenade or killed, incapacitated, and then you can take the point. And the same is true about the enemy bases as well. It's pretty straightforward, but. Yeah, there was. I was like, I could have swore there was a dude in the grass over here.
What? My wounds are healing.
Man down. Everybody be careful. All units.
Now, if I'd really wanted to, this turn, I could have made a massive push to get about here and just tried to wipe out all the enemies from behind, but I don't want to do that this time around. And so Rosie has a bit of an advantage. So this gun right here, you'll see later in the game, is technically actually from like an enemy boss. I think it was a DLC weapon that they gave that part of like the PC release was free. It has insane range. It is a machine gun, so yeah, enemies don't have a great time. You know, I'll take 2 shots from that range. Yeah, then just, if you've got no cover, stick them behind the tank, end your turn. Good luck. Oh, I didn't even make it to the point where Edie could fire. This is a bold choice. But yeah, as you notice, Rosie started engaging before the tank did, and she's behind the tank. Most shock troopers don't have the range to do that. And even if this was my first playthrough, like I said, it's a DLC weapon that they give you for free on the PC release. So I had that in the original playthrough on this, so I promise you it's just as broken.
Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted!
Put yourself in the enemy's blind spot.
Alright.
I'm on.
Like, okay, so if you're wondering why it's not actually saying I can hit that guy, because it's either I'm about to get fired on this bench, or it's because, like, the walls will sometimes jut out further, like their hitboxes will, than they really should.
Go down.
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
Moving out.
Alright, let's go give Alicia the high ground.
Get ready to intercept, soldiers.
Enemy unit spotted. Now.
And, we've already gone over that if you fire, like, the head versus, like, the whole rest of their body, it does different amounts of damage. But also, if you're hitting a unit from behind, it'll do more damage. So,
They won't wait for us.
sometimes, you'll see, I'll just try to run around a unit until I break its line of sight by running faster than it.
Hunter Understood.
And that's kind of why.
Time to do your duty, soldiers. Don't pass up a chance to attack.
You have made a mistake. Yeah, engineers aren't supposed to be the greatest at combat, so, a bit comical.
Use those sandbags when you can.
Entering combat.
The bridge is just ahead.
And yeah, as the tank, you can also punt enemy units.
Good work. Keep it up.
Like that. And yeah, if you ragdoll them enough, you can try to like move them into positions, like better spots.
Use those sandbags when you can.
And sometimes I'll abuse that mechanic.
I'm on. Go down!
Man down. Everybody be careful.
I was like half an inch off from that sandbag. That kind of makes me angry. Oh, I still have a move left. Well, don't mind if I do.
Let's do this thing.
And I'll just stand here until he has to reload.
Go down!
Yeah, see, lined him up.
I'm impressed, but not surprised.
I think the only enemies left are that guy and the tank, so... Ah, it's finally gonna move now. So the game's supposed to be nice and kind of like do this wait cycle, because that's a really thin wall there. That's like supposed to be driving through for like, oh no, a tank!
Damn tank's busted right through the stinking wall. Well, it's my turn now. Stick this in your pipe and smoke it.
Stay sharp. Tanks can break through crumbling walls and trample down sandbags and trees.
Would be very impressive. Would be more impressive if I hadn't done that the entire game. I think he dodged that. So there's a dodge mechanic where like you dive to the ground or whatever, and it even if you do that for like explosive devices that are directly on top of you, it still counts as a dodge, which does significantly less damage. And I think that's just what he did to that tank right then.
Defend the base camp at
Yeah, see, if I hit anywhere on the main part of the tank, it's 2. If I hit the glowy bit, it's 1. Let's see if I can actually hit it. Even with upgraded stuff, the tank's range is sometimes kind of abysmal. So.
just leave piloting the Edelweiss to me.
So in this game, tanks can't cap points,
Are there any
which makes me sad. Because it makes life a lot easier. Because you notice, I did abuse the mechanic where I got this guy turned around. So I can use Rosie's turn without even having him try to shoot at her. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to kind of break this game. Because, when I originally played it, I didn't really do much grinding for the character, for the class levels. And so I had to get creative on the final few levels of how to beat it, because
Operation complete. We took their base.
my units were not strong enough, is the nice way to put it. 100% not strong enough.
Hey there! You guys aren't with Squad 7 by any chance, are ya?
Yes, that's us.
Bingo! I've been looking for you. Meaning you, hot stuff, on the tank.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me,
That must make you Lieutenant Gunther, am I right?
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
Oopsie daisy.
What? Hey, you can't...
Ah, nice to meet you too. Now, let's get right to the questions. So, you're the son of the great General Gunther, huh? You look awfully young. How old are you anyway? Must be your first war, huh? What's been the hardest experience so far?
Like, that must be your first war.
No,
We live in a neutral
I'd also like
country,
to know hobbies,
and it's
if they
been
were
decades
food,
since the
what
last
you do on
World
your
War.
days off.
lady! This is a combat
Yes,
zone.
this is this first war.
Excuse me, but what are you doing here anyway?
Hey, give me a break, will ya? Scoops are near danger, and I'm near scoops. That's right. The name's Ellet. I'm GBS Radio's top woman reporter. I smell a story, a good story, and you guys are it.
So, you're a reporter?
Very good, I'm a reporter, yes. I've been assigned to Squad 7 to conduct a series of interviews, thank you. Now, let's get back to those questions, shall we?
Ugh. Now he's giving interviews? Who does he think he is? Ooh, look at him. Son of some big hero. Please. He's still a schoolboy.
No kidding. One little win and he's the new Grand Duke. I hate kids.
Okay, Boomer.
Whatever. He'll learn soon enough.
It's like, Largo is actually fairly old in this
Only
game.
one thing matters out there in the
Clarify.
field. That's experience.
Alright, come on. Alright, you want to go backwards, but you won't go forward. There we go. So, yeah, sometimes, they'll have, like, little extra stories here that I'm pretty sure, let's see. Yeah, see how I can go back to, like, headquarters and stuff? How they've got all this different bit. You can go buy these, in Randgrees. These little side stories here. Among other things like upgraded weapons and spending your XP.
Squad 7 of Regiment 3. My first impression, good. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, squad leader. Next in
Flattering.
command, Sergeant Alicia Melchiot. That lieutenant looks softer than I'd expect for the son of the late General Gunther. And her hometown is Brule, same as Gunther. Could be childhood friends. But if I'm lucky, they were childhood sweethearts. We'll just have to find out how close they are. Next on the list, Sergeant Largo Potter and Corporal Bridget Stark. Oh wait, that's right. Stark had a nickname. Gotta jot that down. Goes by Rosie. There. Looks like those two don't trust Gunther much yet. That could be good. Could be really good. Who does that leave? Right, the tank pilot, Corporal Isara Gunther. She's the lieutenant's sister. Now that's strange. She looks dark-skinned to me. Wonder how that comes into the picture. You couldn't ask for a more colorful crew than that, could you? Something tells me these guys are different than the usual troop somehow. Maybe my keen journalistic instincts? Well then... The truth's not gonna uncover itself. Here I come, ready or not.
Who was that for?
Oh, there's Sergeant Potter, and Corporal Stark with him. Hey, guys! Mind if I ask a few questions? It'll only take a second.
What? Like an interview? What do you want to go interviewing us for?
Aw, come on, big guy. I bet we'd make better topics than some rich kid.
Wonderful. Let's start with you then, Largo. You fought in the First European War, right?
Yeah, I've been a soldier ever since, too. I'm what you'd call a seasoned warrior, see?
And why did you choose to stay in the Force? Most people try to avoid the soldiering life.
It's an honest living, plus I got my reasons. Besides, I ain't the only one. Look at Elle.
Elle? Who's Elle?
If I had to guess, I'd say Eleanor Virat. Captain Virat, that is. 3rd Regiment.
Honestly, if Mr. Porter here decided to just be an enemy spy, she could probably wreck the entire Gallian army at this point.
You've got quite a history with her. Care to fill in some details for us?
There ain't no details. Is this the trash you want to write about?
Also, Rip Largo.
Look, I'm a busy guy. I'm out of here.
Hey, Largo, wait up!
Oh, just let him go. We can have a little chat, just the two of us girls. So, Rosie. Can I call you Rosie? Beautiful name, by the way. Do you like flowers?
I used to sing at a bar. It was hardly a flower patch, but my nickname there stuck. Tell you what, though. Some customers came from miles away just to hear me sing.
My. So why's a pretty young songbird with a voice as sweet as a rose thorny towards Lieutenant Gunther and all those others?
I just ain't trusting my back to a stinking dark hair is all.
That's racist.
Traumatic past experience with the Darkson leave you bitter, maybe?
Think what you want. I got better things to do than sit around gabbing about him is all. You can put me down as allergic, yeah? Just chatting and I'm starting to feel sick.
Bet she'd spill the beans if you got her riled up enough. Maybe next time. Still, a veteran carrying a torch for his captain and a Darkson-hating chanteuse? They may be cranky, but they're characters.
Boo!
Oh, hello, Miss Ellett. How are you?
A little freaked out now. You didn't even bat an eye at that. You were staring at the sky pretty intently. Something up there we should know about?
I'd like to fly.
Okay.
Actually, I'd like to fly my brother.
Okay then. Bye.
Fly your brother? Care to expound on that? You don't seem the type to have her head in the clouds. It's very romantic.
Power move, Asara. Just leave it at that. Don't add anything else.
I believe myself to be quite logical, really. Too logical, perhaps.
Okay, so if you don't mind my asking, how exactly are you and your brother related? Wait, let's leave that for now. How would you describe your brother as a person?
Welks is... objectively speaking, he can seem a little strange sometimes.
I don't think you need to be objective about that one.
I see.
Just universally.
Well, I'm a little unsure of what that means, coming from you.
But he is a very kind person, and loyal. Anytime my heritage brought me trouble, he was the first to come to my defense.
I see. Sounds like you really love him, huh?
I would say I respect him a great deal.
Gotcha. Sounds like you lucked out in the sibling department then.
Yes, very much so. That's why I'd like to give him the opportunity to fly.
I'm still not sure I follow that exactly, but we'll leave that for another day. Thanks for your time. Next up, Squad Leader Gunther himself. Hello, hello! Are you ready for your big interview?
Hello, Miss Ellett. Hard at work again, I see.
That felt almost sarcastic, Welkin.
Didn't you already interview him before?
Oh, Alicia, I wanted to get in a chat with you today, too.
Wait, really? You're going to write an article about me?
I can't say whether it'll make the paper, but I do have some questions for you. You've been at Lieutenant Gunther's side since you left Brule. Tell me what he's like.
Wait a minute. You want to interview me about him? Well, let's see. We only met just a few days ago, but... he's a pretty interesting person. You never know what he's going to say next.
I see, I see. So, forget he's your boss for a second. What do you think of him as a guy?
What? I've never really thought about it. I don't know.
Is that so? Well, Lieutenant Gunther, care to comment in her place? Lieutenant, where'd he go?
Huh? Oh, sorry. There was just this crazy-looking bug. I got distracted.
See what I mean? He's an interesting guy, if unpredictable.
No kidding. Now, Lieutenant Gunther, I have a couple of questions for you. First up, how do you feel about this war, as the son of a hero from the First European War?
Same as anybody else, I guess. I want it to be over. Are people looking at me as the son of a hero? Well, maybe I am, but I'm still just me.
Okay then, let's talk about you. What are you fighting for?
I feel like the present world is made up of things we've inherited from the past. We get life and a home from our parents, knowledge from our teachers. And not just the good stuff. Take prejudice against Darksons. That's learned behavior. Every creature out there is trying to pass things along to future generations. I want to pass on what I think is right. I'm fighting for the ability to do that.
Thank you very much. That's all I've got for you today.
Great. We're done? I want to get back to that fascinating insect again.
Huh. You really hit the nail on the head. He's as entertaining as he is unpredictable. I was planning on moving along to the next squad after interviewing everyone in Squad 7. But I think I'll stick around and learn a bit more about you Sevens, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Just try to stay out of the combat zones, for your own safety.
That sounded a bit genuine,
I'm not making any promises.
but like, just the facial expression, the way they've been treating her sounds more like the stay out of it, or you might accidentally get hit.
The scoop takes me. That's just
Wink.
how I roll.
Squad 7's suppression of the enemy camp on the West Bank gave us the foothold we needed. Now we'll join the Army's vassal battalion in Operation Cloudburst to take back the bridge. Militia forces will take the point, crossing the bridge and attacking the eastern camp.
Captain, crossing that bridge means breaching the enemy bridgehead. What sort of on-site backup and supplies can we expect from the army on this?
The plan calls for the army to commence its operation after we've struck the bridgehead.
Wait a minute. So we're just being offered up on a platter?
Yes.
I know how you feel. I felt that way when I was a militia foot soldier too. But sometimes being a soldier means taking on tough missions, even dangerous ones.
Understood, Captain.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Faldio. Breaching that bridgehead by ourselves is... it's going to be tough.
Captain Virat, may I go observe the area around the bridge?
Observe it? I don't mind, but what do you...
Welkin!
Sergeant Melchiot, what is it?
Oh, sorry to interrupt the meeting.
We're finished, it's fine. Now, I assume there's a reason for your visit?
Yes, Captain. Welkin, I mean, Lieutenant Gunther, the squad, they're at each other's throats.
Isn't that your job?
What?
Please stop them, sir. I tried to, but I couldn't.
You want me to break it up? I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to just let him have it out.
Let them have it out? You can't just ignore them.
I'm not ignoring them. I think it's important that they say what they're thinking. Butting heads over differing opinions can be one way to bring people closer together.
Well, but... that may be, but I still... Look, you can't just sit here while your squad's tearing itself apart. It's not right. Now get a move on, sir.
Hey, Alicia?
Sounds like he's got his hands full.
It's all part of growing as a team.
Hold on! Okay, what's going on here?
You really have to ask, Lieutenant? It's either her or me, pal. Who let her in anyway? You really think I'm gonna work with a dark hair? She'll blow us all up. Besides, I can't stand the stink of her! Her type's got a bad reputation and everybody knows it. No Darksons allowed. You hear me?
Oh yes, I've heard everything you have to say. But I'm still a human being, the same as you. Besides, no evidence exists to substantiate what you call the Darkson calamity. It's a myth.
Excuse me? So what, you're calling me stupid now?
Stop it, that's enough!
Yes.
Okay, boss man. We won't fight alongside no Darkson. What about that can't you understand? Another thing we ain't doing is taking orders from some hotshot greenhorn.
All right, fine. Now listen and listen good. I'll have that bridge back in Gallia's hands in 48 hours.
Huh?
Now, if my plan fails, which I doubt, then I'll resign.
Everybody,
Squad
what
7
the hell?
will be all yours, Largo. But if my plan works, you'll take my orders and like it.
Your funeral, boss man. You sure about this?
Yes, I am.
But... wait a sec. Welkin?
But Welkin, you don't have a plan yet.
Welkin?
What's up?
What's up? You just made an insane promise, that's what's up. I'm sorry, Welks. I shouldn't have argued. This is all my fault.
It's nobody's fault, Ys. It's a war. We're all on edge here. And this mission certainly isn't helping. It's little wonder the troops are upset.
Yeah?
That's why pulling this operation off is the perfect way to bring the squad together.
That'd be great if it works. But how can you possibly hope to take back the bridge in just 48 hours?
Well, that's the hard part. Aha!
Huh?
I was hoping, but there they are. Isara, Alicia, think you can do me a favor?
Sure, what is it?
You follow me?
But that's... Is that even possible?
Well, Ys, think you can make it by tomorrow?
Yes, I'll get to work on it now. All right. I'll trust you on this.
Thanks, Alicia. Well, let's get started.
All right, let's hear this brilliant plan. And it's too late to back out, boss man. Got that? So let's hear it.
We're going to strike the enemy encampment on the east bank.
That's all. Just that's the mission right there. Just
Whoa, hold it. You're asking us to die for you?
yeah.
One squad ain't breaching that bridgehead, buddy boy. That would be suicide.
We're not taking on the bridgehead. We're taking on this, the river.
Time to go back to ancient Greece, boys. Time to go fight the water.
We'll use the fog as cover as we cross the river, then launch a surprise attack.
Oh, come on. Is this just some game to you, boyo? Swimming a couple of foot soldiers over there ain't gonna do much if we got no tanks.
Don't worry, I've got that covered. Isara?
Honestly, though, aren't you an anti-tank guy? Isn't that kind of your job to handle tanks? Just saying.
I fitted the Edelweiss with water-resistant measures to allow for submersion. It will only hold for a few minutes, but it should be enough to cross.
Hold on just a sec. Ships come through here. It's gotta be too deep for a tank.
We're covered. Look, see that over there?
What's that? Grass?
Missile reed, a tall aquatic plant found in the estuaries of some rivers. I noticed them when I came down to observe the river. This stretch runs shallow. Shallow enough for a tank to drive across. Trust me on this.
Honestly, I like the idea that he didn't just go, like, make an estimation. He actually went out there with, like, a stick or something, was just poking at the bed of the river.
First, the Edelweiss will cross over and clear out any Imperial patrols on the shore. Then Lieutenant Gunther will send up a flare, signaling the rest of us to follow by boat.
Right. Now let's get started. I'll see you on the other side.
You hear something?
Yeah, I do. What is it?
Beats me.
The implication is that they just got ran over.
The Edelweiss swims just fine. Fall in, Sevens!
You know, you could also just had somebody with binoculars staring across the river instead of giving away that you were doing an attack.
Let me brief you on Operation Cloudburst. We'll be working with the Vassal Defense Battalion.
Working with? Alright, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm only going to spawn in those 3 scouts. The reason being is because I'm going to have to go take that base right in the middle of the map. So rather than having to try to inch along a bunch of units, it's easier just to spawn them there and continue the attack. Oh.
Operation Cloudburst is set to begin. I know you can all make this work.
Take down the bridgehead as quickly as possible. Squad 7, move out! All right, that's everyone. Ready to move out, squad?
You're crazy. You know that, right?
Incoming message from Squad 1 leader Faldio Lancet on the West Bank, sir. Enemy company in motion, presumed headed east across the bridge toward our position.
A full company? That's bad news for us.
We'll have to move fast. We're taking that camp before the cavalry rolls in.
Oh yeah, and you'll notice we got these roadblocks here, which means I can't send my tank through, which means I've got to drive it all the way around. And if you're studying the map as well, notice that there's the inactive tanks right here. I know an enemy tank right there. This is what I was talking about as like that spawn point from the overview. So there's a minor base here. And we do actually have a base here that we can't let get captured. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem if we screen our units correctly. So.
Entering combat.
And I like to always move the tank first because it's, you know, impervious to ground fire.
Enemy sighted.
And also can provide cover for your units.
Hostile sighted.
Everyone get ready to intercept.
Like that's the movie boy over there. So is this one. However, you've got the Ragnites all around, which would make it far more efficient if I just shoot it.
Fire!
It didn't kill it. Excellent. What is that?
Use the watchtowers.
My turn, okay? Enemy sighted!
Now one fun thing you can do is get the enemy team to shit at their own team sometimes. And if you're wondering why I had to move there, it's because the flagpole was stopping me. I am not joking. The flagpole can block your shots.
Facilitate the mission.
Alright. Yeah, I can do 10 weeks with this, and it not cost anything.
Show them what Gallia's
Alright, and then we're gonna send Melville up the other side. Partially because, yes, I was expecting a guy to be there. I couldn't remember if there was or wasn't. Also, to put him in position to take out the Olive Ragnite here in that enemy tank in the future. Right now, we need to use this move to get a Noche up to
Enemy sighted. Get ready.
an attack position.
Enemy sighted. Get ready. Die. Did you see that?
Alright, so he's already almost to that midpoint. Which we really need to have taken by 4 turns. That mortar's gonna hurt. Oh, he took out the wall for us. Actually kind of convenient.
Here we go.
There's an enemy tank to our right, but I don't want to try to circle around because it would take too long.
Enemy sighted.
So we're gonna punch straight ahead. There's an enemy Lancer up in the buildings there. But quite frankly, we're gonna just tank that. They don't matter to us. So, Lancers are stronger against explosives, like, obviously, the anti-tank guns, your main tank turret, mortars, grenades, etc. On the other hand, they're significantly weaker to just straight bullets.
How many are there now?
Enemy unit spotted.
Alright, now we've got this up and running. We can start getting our anti-tank stuff and whatnot. Alright, that's a sniper actually, I think.
Enemy sighted.
So he would have been a problem. Not anymore, but... Even if you don't actually think you can really kill a guy, if you have no suitable attacks during your move, I always recommend just taking pot shots at enemies. It never really hurts to try, so might as well, you know. Alright, this is going to be inconvenient because I don't want to shoot this one that we're standing next to. Excellent.
Please keep the enemy's position in mind.
Ready for action.
Let's win this one, Rob.
Alright, then he's gonna go join that camp.
I expect.
Alright, so we do have one trick up our sleeve that I wouldn't be able to do in the base game. And that's the fact that our sniper here she didn't spawn. Well, that's a waste of a turn. Okay, Right, okay. So I was used to the, some of the other Valkyria Chronicles where they instantly spawn when you call them in. In this game, the reason why I was so confused is that they spawn the next turn. So, like, for example, it'll tell you, like, during this, when enemy reinforcements are coming. and I'll kind of let you go take a base before they can spawn in.
Minor damage sustained.
Oh, that's actually pretty good accuracy by a tank there. Generally, they don't hit long shots like that. Alright, now back to what I was saying about us having a little advantage. She has an anti-tank sniper rifle. Which means I can do this. Pretty useful. Now it doesn't do as much damage as a lance, but a lot better accuracy with a lot better range, so. Alright, we need to get... For the movement points, I'm also going to spawn Largo, and then we're going to spawn in our engineer. Let's get rolling.
Enemy sighted.
Now realistically, I shouldn't be exposing the backside of the Edelweiss to the Lancer that's there. But, I don't care. In fact, if anything, I'm going to kind of move over to the side path here. And just turn the tank. So now we can't hit the glowing Ragnite at the back.
Let's do this thing.
Now I would have preferred to be able to fire at people further down range, but that's the best we're going to get out of her because of her limited movement. Additionally, I just wanted to get that guy out of the way.
Try to hurry. We're short on time.
So he didn't come back to bite us later. And I usually would like to push this middle of the street here, but there's a back path that normally for units are a lot, aren't as max level as mine. You can launch them through. Because like the optimal path is normally you want to run through here, bounce around outside, and you would clear out the building since you don't have enough accuracy to actually take them out from here. And you run the route here, and you try to take out the infantry units and capture the base, and kind of leave the tanks alone if you can. But we're not doing that.
Okay, I got it.
Alright, we didn't have a stray bullet hit the Ragnite. We're good. So that would have been very bad.
I'm impressed, but not surprised.
Actually, can I switch that over here? No, I can't. Alright, he's just gonna vibe in this corner for the time being. Oh, we got one more move. Let's see here. None of you are damaged, are you? No. That's okay. Since she's on the base, you do automatically get resupplied ammo at the end of the turn on bases normally. So... Oh, we can do it. We can, in fact, do this. That's why the sniper rifle's helpful. As you notice, it does take a bit more time, like, it would take more time if I was just firing at the whole of the tank, but since that was exposed, I don't have to worry about that.
Come in, Alpha Camp. Alpha Camp, respond. We heard gunshots. Report your status.
Welks, I've intercepted an enemy transmission.
Try to play it cool.
There's nobody left at their camp to respond, now that we've cleared it out. This is bad. It's only a matter of time before they send in reinforcements.
Just get on the radio, tell them all's fine.
This is Alpha Camp. A patrol unit had a misfire. Condition green. Relax. We're fine.
Understood. Well, you guys keep the fires lit till it's time for our shift. Over and out.
Apologies for acting without permission, sir.
That was amazing, East. Between the squad's fast action and that fast talking, we saved ourselves some heat. Minor damage sustained.
It'd be a lot worse if this was a normal level tank, but it's not, so. Yeah, enemies like to stop moving when you shoot at them, sometimes.
Damage minimal.
So as you notice, he kind of just stopped in the middle of the street for no reason. Which is a bold choice, but... you know, whatever.
Entering combat.
Now hopefully that guy's field of vision turns with us. Which is another mean thing you can do, is you can turn their fields of vision. And makes it where their back's facing, he's out in the street, which is pretty bad, but now he's facing the complete wrong way. Which is worse for my man. So he's not gonna have a good time. Now, I don't really need to zoom in there, but I just like the guarantee.
I'm not done yet.
Right, I gotta shoot English. Alright, Alright, let's have... Where does he push the charge?
Ain't no stopping me.
Now the shock trooper has more health, but this guy was in cover, which would make him a lot more of a pain, especially if he can start shooting earlier than some of our other troops.
Understood.
Ah, that was Skype. So now we're gonna try to push our offensive here with the engineer. Now normally, I would try to save his attack for actually repairing the tank, but we don't need that here. So I'm just gonna move him up with the tank. Alright, he did not get in cover, which is unfortunate. There was some rubble in the way that I wasn't expecting.
Okay, I got it. I'll dodge everything you throw at me.
So he hit that Ragnite behind me, that's what that explosion was. Which is why I wanted to try to avoid doing that earlier. Him letting him get that in the free fire mode earlier. Because that would have hurt.
Man down, everybody be careful.
Now let's see if we can bait his attention over here. There we go. You know, I have my turn before he shoots, so I don't take any damage. But he's distracted and facing this way. So I can bring Alicia up and shoot him from behind. Oh. No, that's a mistake, because we'll kill that guy, and then blast right through to Melville behind him, which would be very bad.
Don't even think of dodging.
Okay, we needed that one, because now he won't duck. Oh, man. Bulbous went right in front of his face. Could not have been any closer.
Nice work. We've occupied the enemy encampment at the bridge's end.
Drawbridge control room secured, Welks.
Excellent. Open it up, East. Let's see how their tanks like the river.
Yes, sir. Ragnite turbines on. Stand by to raise drawbridge.
Now let's watch this incredibly terrifying thing happen.
What was that?
Also, the speed at which this drawbridge is going up is kind of remarkable for how large it is. So not only did some of the soldiers fall from like the top of the bridge and probably have a significant impact with the water, and or got hit by a tank or a fellow soldier on the way down, unlike Gallia, where they have light bits of armor and primarily cloth uniforms, Imperial armor is primarily metal. They all drowned. Pleasant. Pleasant to think about.
It appears that Lieutenant Gunther's plan worked. An impressive start, soldier.
Thank you, Captain.
The kid's crazy. Drove a damn tank right into the stinking river.
Yeah, and I can't believe it worked. I'm still in shock.
All right, you two. Now hold up your side of the bargain and you listen to Welkin.
I mean, would you try to cross the psychopath who just drove a tank into a river?
Yeah.
The kid might got the chops to command, but that don't mean I gotta like any dark hairs.
Hey, come on!
It's okay, Alicia. I'm used to it by now. But I know the day will come when Darksons can join society as equals.
Hey! Hope I'm not interrupting anything. It's me again, reporting for GBS. Lieutenant Gunther, that was quite an impressive result on your first mission.
Technically second.
Yes, thanks to the squad's hard work, we managed to take back the Great Vassal Bridge.
Any impressions on things to come now that you've gotten your first taste of victory?
Impressions? Well, let's see. Bridges are important. They link the roads that bring people what they need.
Spend money on infrastructure.
I'd like to become a sort of bridge, linking my crew together. I think that's my new goal.
You know, I appreciate that he just, like, made an analogy there. But a not very good one. Bridges connect things. I want to connect my squad.
Sorry, this is about all I can do. But maybe, once everybody returns, they'll see a couple of lion's paws blooming, and it'll start to feel like home again.
Hey, Alicia! We're heading out soon.
Okay, I'll be right there. Well, flowers, do your stuff.
Alright, here's another little side story. This one's kind of fun, because, if I, since I've already done it, I already have the potential.
God, I'm
But,
starving. Why do they
yeah, this
call
one,
it
like,
something
I think it actually doesn't really unlock it. I think it upgrades the potential that he has before, and it being even better, so.
You always get snippy the minute your stomach rumbles, Largo.
Sorry, guys, have you been waiting long? I'll get right to the briefing. You may already be aware of the recent hike in food prices.
I do remember one worker at the mess hall mentioning that produce prices were rising.
Apparently the Empire has taken hold of the trade route farmers use to ship their stock.
What did you say?
Vegetable crisis grips Gallia. Not a very exciting headline.
You mocking the power of vegetables?
What? I was just... What's your problem?
Vegetables are like bombs packed tight with all kinds of important nutrients. Kids gotta eat them to grow up right, and the body's practically made of vegetables.
Weren't expecting this now, were you?
Like bombs?
In any case, Squad 7's next mission is to clear that trade route of Imperials.
All right, time to put the fear of veggies into these imps.
The fear of veggies? Is he serious?
Largo. Leroy Jenkins. A bunch of Imperials over vegetables.
You will now be briefed on the operation.
So yeah, they'll have special missions based around certain characters, like this one's about Largo. And usually they're based on, like, giving their specialty. Like, so Largo's anti-tank, so that's why we're facing 2 tanks on this road. So yeah, you notice there's a lot of stipulations on this because it's supposed to be like a challenge. They say you can't issue orders with this. I haven't showed off that yet, but there's like an extra menu that you can go into that will give you like usually it's like bonuses. The only order I use is the one that allows you to evac units.
Good luck.
And the rare chance I need to evac a unit that I can't get to or don't want to expose my troops to like the gunfire to go rescue them. But those are the ones that do attack bonuses, defense bonuses, stuff like that.
The bastards blocking our veggies are here, ain't they? Let's bust some heads.
Shh, be quiet. You want them to hear us?
Yes.
This is a stealth operation with just a few soldiers. Lose anyone and the mission fails.
Yeah, I got it. Now let's go get violent for vegetables.
You want to work with me here, Largo?
No. Oh yeah, they do give us the option to straight bum rush these tanks over here. But the issue is that you can't get behind them unless you're up in the grass here. Which I'm beginning to think if I was smart, I would have brought an engineer. But I'm not. So instead I have 2 scouts.
Ready to go. Alicia, I'm fighting for us.
Yeah, you'll notice every now and then there will be missions where
Gotta love nature.
Welkin is an infantry troop and not like a tank. Rarely, but
Just keep up this pace.
excellent. So yeah, scouts have a lot of movement. They're great on small missions like this. Come on.
My turn, okay?
Alright, nope. I just not hitting the wire.
Enemy unit spotted!
See, there was a guy this way. Thought there was. Thought he was sliding down the hill.
You're doing well. Just keep... Fall in after the advance units.
So that is like an air quote shortcut, so you don't have to walk all the way around the building, which would save you movement.
Eye on your teammates' positions.
But we don't really need it for our 2 scouts. And I'm not going to move her up because she doesn't have an attack, so I'd hate to expose her to gunfire. Because I need to use 2 moves on Largo here. Optimize routing. You want to try to cut every corner you can and maintain straight lines. And we also want to minimize the amount of times we use this rocket, since ammo is going to be an issue. Oop, I hit the E button instead of the space bar. And you can hit ladders and stuff from at range. You don't have to be right next to them. So that's also something to keep in mind when trying to save AP points. Or I guess it's action points, not AP points. There's an enemy here. Bull. Yeah, if I actually cared, I would have probably stuck my units more diagonal on that corner so they couldn't get shot. We can see enemy movements here. So I know there's a guy at the end of the hill that we're standing on. And there's at least two over on this left side here, which I think is like a cemetery type thing, but I'm not 100%. Alright, so first off, there's going to be Welkin. I'm going to have him clear the right side.
Enemy sighted!
So Welkin isn't using the normal rifle. I think we've already kind of gone over it with like the scouts and stuff, but Welkin has I gave him a debuff rifle, so.
Enemy sighted!
Yeah, so he's got a machine gun, which could be a problem. If I wasn't massively overpowered, so.
Moving out. Can't beat the smell of fresh soil.
So we're gonna have Alicia run around here.
Advance cautiously.
And you know, she does a lot of damage. Oh no. All the bullets hit the gun. I'm wondering, the reason why that's bad is because it does no damage. Alright, we can get Alicia to help here.
Yes!
Enemy.
That was actually a cinematic shot. Thanks, Wall. Any issue is that this puts Largo behind on his movement now.
Diggy little guns won't work against a tank.
Alright, so based on that rough estimation of their movements, both enemies are going to be standing next to this opening up here. Which is going to be a mild inconvenience. However, we do have hand grenades, so not too bad.
Enemy unit spotted.
Okay, one's a Lancer, which actually might be an issue. Alright. So I'm just gonna get Alicia in position here to clear out the grass, make sure that there's nobody in it, and get spotting on the tank. Excellent. Now we're gonna have
Here we go.
Welkin run through, take out the Lancer. And also move up to the grass. Not that I need to, but might as well. Moral support. Alright, it's better to have them just sit over here. And I'm giving priority, Largo priority on that left side because he needs to get behind that bar tank.
Fetched.
Yeah, that's the potential you're supposed to get for this mission. So.
All units, report.
That made pretty good distance.
Been waiting here.
Tragically, you'll only get to take out one tank this move. Which is why missing that Gatling gun was unfortunate earlier. Because normally he'd be able to get both tanks here.
Alright.
Target silenced.
That's perfectly okay. We still got moves to spare. Also, sometimes you see how, like, the turn ends, like, without the enemy moving stuff. That doesn't always mean that they have no more units, or movable units, because these tanks really can't move unless if you're, like, standing in front of them, they won't do anything. But there could still be enemy units on the map, they're just, like, hiding in the grass or something. Which generally isn't too bad, until there's missions where it's like, kill all enemies, and then it's just, you have to wander through an entire field for like 5 turns. And it's a bit disappointing.
That should end our vegetable shortage.
I ever tell you my old man's a farmer? Feels good to know I'm helping farm folk out. Growing up on the farm, I was always helping with the harvest, out there in the field. I'm serious when I say veggies are king, too. The more you eat, the healthier you get.
I agree. A lot of nutrients vegetables offer can't be found anywhere else. Plus, I feel like vegetables are a way to take in the power of nature as a whole.
Power of nature, huh?
Yeah. Plants grow by absorbing energy from the sun, the soil, even tiny microbes. Eating vegetables is like getting all that natural energy right from the source.
That's not how that works, Falcon.
Never heard veggies told quite like that before. I tell you, boss, you got your head on right. You got my mark.
Thanks, Largo. That means a lot to me.
Hey, boss. Let me tell you a stupid dream I have. My folks' old farm went under, and I want to start it up again. As an organic veggie farm. Funny, huh? Big macho man goes from flinging bullets to being king of the carrot patch.
I'm not laughing. If you're dedicated, I'm sure you'll grow some fine vegetables. Once you're all set up and harvesting, you'll have to let me sample what you've grown.
Welkin about to go mooch off of his entire squad's food.
Boss,
got vegetables, got bread.
You wanted, but you'd have to help with the harvest. And out on the farm, I'm squad leader. Be ready for the workout of your life.
Oh boy.
I'm feeling good today. Veggies for all.
Alright, well, I think I'm just gonna end it for today. It's a bit of a shorter stream like last time, but I'm just trying to break it up by each kind of like area that you do the missions in. And this is the next area. And also next in Chapter 5, so until next time, I guess.